Hi everyone. Thank you for dialing in. My name is Tierney. I'm with Quotr, and here we're together with Hanyang from Quotr as well. Quotr is a construction tech company that help contractors and subcontractors with a AI-empowered takeoff and pre-construction cost estimation service. We map all the items into zip code level cost data and also support bidding and procurement as well. Without further ado, I will hand it over to Hanyang to give us a quick demo of what we can do at Quotr.
Yep. Morning, everyone. Thank you so much for being able to make it for this session this early in the West Coast. I know a lot of you are actually from the East Coast. Without further ado, I would jump into the content and feel free to cut me off if you have any questions. And I'll go ahead and start to share my screen. Okay. So let me hide this real quick. Okay. So when we first started Quotr, the core things we're doing is actually helping with like the takeoff and cost estimation process, where we know that is has always been overhead and doesn't really make any revenue for you guys, but you guys still need to spend a lot of time to do these kind of things for all your projects, so that you can send the proposal out. Uh, so that's like kind of when we first get started with like the AI plan analysis so that we can actually not only just use the tools like the traditional ones like Bluebeam or something where you have to mark it one by your hand. Now we actually help use the AI to really analyze the drawings, understand what's in the specification, what's actually on the architecture drawings, structural drawings, the MEP drawings, so that the AI can does it for you. That brings up to the second thing, which is the automated like takeoffs. And because we know like once you're done with the takeoff, you still want it to be like compared to like the specific like pricing so that you can have the cost estimation. And that's where we actually get our database introduced, and then all the takeoff can be associated with either your own database or we also have the average data in specific regions. And speaking of that, to make our data stronger, we also actually have integration with more than 250 different factories where we provide the suppliers comparison where you can not only send out the bids from our platform, but you can also receive the pricing from our platform so that you can have multiple different options where you can directly source the materials through us, or you can see from your familiar suppliers what their price looks like. And starting from there, we get a grasp of like the hard costs of the entire projects across the bay. And we do have like a research paper regarding to how we actually expand that database across the entire states. And we started to get more and more familiar with like the hard costs of a lot of the residential projects and the commercial projects. And so that's when we started to actually offer these services where our internal cost estimators and our internal underwriters are actually gonna help the developers, the GCs, the subs do these services when things are getting too busy and you guys would not have enough time to actually do the jobs, and then you can kind of offset some of that task to us where we're going to be using our own AI system to do that, and then you just get the results that's being checked and then proofread by all the underwriters and the cost estimators. And then that's where the professional services that comes in. So that's kind of the journey how we actually get to where we are right now. And uh I also wanted to kind of compare like how it used to looks like where using Bluebeam or Excel you spend like 8 hours on a single bids, and then it actually takes like a lot of time just to inputting the data matching with your old historic data trying to find that similar projects in your Windows folder or something and then trying to compare it. And since it's all like not interconnected, it requires like very detailed nitty-gritty inspection. There's a lot more chances where the errors happens during migrating these data through different platforms. And because of this like slow turnaround time, a lot of projects actually lose the bids, which none of us wanted to see that happen. Whereas in our case, things is like reduced like at least like now before it was like 8 hours, now it's like an hour. And then with all the manual entry data, that's gone. Like once you're having your database in the system, it's there forever. You can use it, and without worry about like the mistakes that will happen migrating the data. And also, before you probably can do like a bit a day. Now you can do like 10 bits a day, which significantly improves the chances. And our bids can actually mimic the ways you wanted to do it. Either it's like a public project where you have wanted to follow their customization proposal template, or you have your own internal ones. Our AI can also process that. And I will show that feature to you in a moment. So now we actually did the introduction. It's the second phases where we can start to do the live demo. And let me switch here. Get started with the Quotr platform. So for the case of today, I'm gonna be primarily focusing on like some of the key components in the actual takeoff and cost estimation process, as well as generating the bids or the proposal. For the other kind of topics, if you guys are interested, I can also get some understanding on how to actually compare the bids, how to from your subcontractors or your suppliers, and actually make the best choice for your project. So with this, we actually allows to create different versions for our projects for your change order purposes, or if you have a design changes in early stage SD phases or like the CD phases, we will still be able to manage this change. So, and the nice thing about this is you can actually try it out, like and then compare the different bids. Let's say you can also put the tags if it's a comfortable projects that I just created, and I can just hit create. Okay. So as you see, this is the Quotr interface, and then you can, of course, create the different projects, but on top of the projects, we also have the different like project versions. And I wanted to show you what that means is like if you have like different kind of a project scope, or if you have like different kind of change orders, if the design actually changes, you can actually compare the different like versions of your cost estimation, and then our system will actually tell you where are the prices is like missing, and then where is like the additional price that happens. So you will understand, you see like what are the price differences between these two to make reasonable decisions on these projects. And you can also compare the design. And to create a new project and new version, you just hit the create the projects, and then you can go in there for the new estimate for the specific project version. Then I can just type in the name, version 1, construction documents. Yeah, as we're parsing the data, uh, the drawing is actually being read by the AI, so that later on we can actually query what is actually happening on this specific drawings. And you see now all the drawing has been uploaded. And one thing you see is here, you see the drawing is being pre-labeled so that the AI is actually reading for its actual name and the title of the page, so it's easier for you to track. And at the same time, you will be able to actually import any like existing bookmark that is existed in the documents. So something I would like to see, like to show you guys is like how some of the tools like actually work like, right? Where you can use the AI tools, but there's also this new features where is the Quotr.ai agents. And the first thing I'm gonna do for the demo is actually to click on this. So later on, I can show you guys like how this is actually a significantly improvements from the previous iteration where you have to still do the takeoff. where this for electrical trade specifically right now, it's actually going to be processing this on the back end as you're doing other trades. And this will actually take all the kind of information from the specification, from your schedules, and then actually do the takeoff here for you. And meanwhile, we'll let it run because it's going to take about like 5 to 10 minutes, depends on the project. We can start to use all the different other AI tools that we have here. So the first thing I wanted to introduce are, you see like here are all the things if you want to done it manually, just like Bluebeam, we allows that so that you can check for the results, making sure everything is right. And something we do more than the takeoff is actually we have the database set up here where you can import your historic datas like the templates into the system where we'll just bulk import a lot of items at the same time. And here I wanted to show some of the actual drawing sets so you can see like how these different tools actually work in live action. And I'm trying to get to yeah, sorry, it's taking some time to load for the page. Yeah, give me 1 second. Sorry for that is just in the way, but let me just find the architecture drawing sets that actually have you can also use the up and down keys to kind of just browse through the different pages. Let me just try to find a place where I can do some of the measurements with the AI tools that we have. Okay, so now we're actually in different like ADUs and in electrical drawing sets. Some of the tools I wanted to showcase today is actually regarding to the different symbols. Doesn't have to be electrical. It could be MEP, any kind of symbol that you find on the drawing sets. All you have to do is just search for like a specific symbols on the canvas. You select, and then this is going to showcase what that looks like. And the second thing, what you're going to do is like by dragging out the area. And you don't have to do this for each of the drawings. And you just can hit continue. And I can move on to the next page where it has like similar ones. And if I have more, I can just do continue and then go on for the next drawing sets that I'm interested in. Once I'm finished with all the drawing sets, I can hit the submit. And you can see the AI now is running, trying to, oh yeah. So as I was talking, already get you the results. It's gonna show you all the things AI find. But like sometimes the AI is not confident enough. Uh, it needs like humans to check if these are correct. So in this scenario where you can just lower the confidence level by checking on the results actually the AI finds for you. So same thing, lower the confidence level to select it all. Or you can also just click on the select all. If one of them are wrong, just click on it and it will not be selected. So you see all the pages has been selected. There's like total of 117 items that's being selected. Once you hit submit, you see all of them got highlighted on the drawings. And the beauty of this is like it's all in one group. So now if I wanted to right click on it to add an items to the specific things I accounted for, I can just search for LED light, where things is gonna pop up. Remember, there is like two ways of doing things. So by default, it's gonna set to Quotr database, but it will also supports the customer database if you have something like LEDs in your items. And then there's also line items and assemblies. And for the showcase today, I'm just gonna be using the Quotr database to give you like a understanding where things are. Um, and another thing with this is like we also have the CSI filter. So if you can't really find where that things are, I can click on the specific trade and it will tell you exactly like how much these things actually cost. So I will just put these as the LED downlight cylinder fixture and then put the add to the system. And you will see everything has actually been linked with the exact quantities and with its actual price. So how do you see the price? You can actually just click on here and then all the price items, their labor costs, their material costs, and their total costs are all here for you to edit. Let's say if you have like some assemblies and you wanted to include that formula, that feature is also here for you to use so that you can actually understand not only just for like a specific item, and I can show you like how that actually works. So if I'm having like any sorts of like assembly items in there for a opening, I will do this kind of aluminum sliding doors in the system. Where you see like it's gonna be break apart into the different line items inside, and all of that actually have the formula associated to it. So when you do the measurement, let's say like we're calculating for all the doors, that's gonna be introduced to another AI features we have here. Once you're selecting the area, you hit the submit. The AI is going to be detecting all the doors in the specific drawings, similar to what I just showed you with the symbol detection. And it's going to highlight it for you. And anything that is below 20% of the confidence level, you can just uncheck it. And it's going to unhighlight it on the drawing sets for you. And then these ones are good. You just hit submit. And then if you wanted to edit this to add more doors, let's say it's missing this door, right? I can just kind of go in here and then draw that specific door. Sometimes you have to draw a bigger window just to make it clear. But once you're done, you can hit the check mark and that door has been added to the system. And same thing for all the other doors. I'm just gonna hit submit and you see all the doors are being actually connected. And something you can do real quick to actually match this, same thing. You can just search for the door. Noticing we have already added this to the system. So if I actually switch to the assembly, this is gonna show up already in this material list. So since it's already in our system, by hitting the add feature, all 15 doors you just highlighted are actually linked here with this actual price. And everything inside has also been calculated accordingly. So you see the quantities are all correct with the specific assemblies in there. So that's kind of like the high level, and I can go over like all these things very quick. So we can actually detect for all these symbols, no matter what kind of icon it looks like. We can detect for any kind of text. So when you have like stuff like these kind of 17.2 inches or something on the drawing sets, you can simply just type in and then we'll find everything for you. Same thing for area detection, where it's gonna do and then help you to measure out all the different kind of measurements on the area. And there's wall detection. It's gonna be able to tell you what the exterior wall distinguish from the interior walls. And there's also the room scan, which is very interesting. So if you have some presets templates in your database in Quotr, this is gonna do the cost estimation within a few seconds, and then you will get the results right away with all the counts. And there's also the windows. We show you the doors, so the windows will also work. And so with all these features, you can basically cover most of the trades. Except for like the line detection, oftentimes you have to use hands at this point. So let's check to see. Okay, so this is still running in the back. Meanwhile, it's still running. Let me show you like how this actually works when we're getting to the next phase of the project. So you see, we actually have a total cost already set up, which is different from the actual price. And we actually break it apart for you so you understand, okay, how much is actually for the construction labor cost and how much is for the material cost. And you can always edit in your all the like markups with your overhead, your contingency, your insurance, and your materials. So with all this information here, you can always adjust that to your preference, and it will remember this for all your future projects. And then all the number reflects at the same time. Uh, and I wanted to give you a sneak peek on how the kind of a database works. This is where like all the customer database lies in. It's just like it's the same way you access Quotr database, you can always access the customer database. So anything you actually imported into the system, now it's in the assembly. But if you're in the line items, everything you added in the system are here for you to reference. And for the database, one beauty thing is if you actually have some existing data in your Excel or in your previous projects, you can just literally just click on the find the upload and you can import these and then our AI system can help you actually detect for these line items from either the schedules or from your actual existing templates, the Excel ones. And we'll actually format it and into the structured data where you can use it just like this format. Same thing with the template. So if you go to the templates, you will be able to create like all different kinds of templates. One thing here is we actually show you the sample templates here, where we pre-built these for you so you can use it for your own projects. What does this do is like we're actually already accumulate a list of items for this specific room type. And then by going in there, you will see like by trades what items we're already putting for this room specifically. So later on in the room detection, you can use this right away and then get the cost estimation very quick, probably a few minutes, a few seconds, and you'll get the cost. And not only just for the rooms, we also have templates for the different kinds of needs where we showcase for the different trades. So if you're like a drywall company, you can kind of customize these. One thing you keep asking for is the zip code because that is a key components with Quotr database. Like with the zip codes, it's actually gonna be matching that price to its local price, zip code specifically. So you see here, things can be preloaded into a thing. And if I wanted to import this kind of template in the system, I can simply just search, or I can just like kind of find everything here. Noticing there's different tags. So the ones we pre-created for you, it's gonna be the Quotr labeled. And then I'm just gonna be loaded like a comfort option or the drywall we just see into the system. So all these items can be loaded in here instantly. And then that can be matched to your drawings um, instantly too. With that said, this is like how you actually do this. How do I go from cost estimation to the next step? I know some people likes to export it as Excel and PDFs with all the markups we have. So we support that features where you can go in here. There's different like layer levels of details you can do. Is it just a summary? Is it for the client facing or is it for the supplier? Has like default like presets for you so you can for the purpose of today, we're going to do the internal. We'll showcase everything all at once. So now I hit this download. It will be able to actually create this Excel sheet. Same thing for the PDF. It's going to just show you like the markups. So as you can see here, anything you've done with the total material cost, with your labor cost, and your overhead and all the details is here. But at the same time, if you wanted to go into depth, there is also the sort by trades, sort by the CSI, and sort by the rooms. So you can see all the items are in the system, all break apart the ways you want it to be. And not only just that, you can, if you, this is, if you're subcontractors and you wanted to send this directly to your customer, this is where at the very beginning, I hinted at the proposal features where, you know, you can upload any of your previous proposals and by dragging it to here, it will actually read it, analyze the for like kind of the style and then what are the requirements and break it apart into like all these kind of segments for you so that you don't have to do it on your own. Basically, when you're finished with all the information from your takeoff, this proposal can be generated automatically from the template you received from the government projects or the templates you have in-house, and it's gonna do the exactly the same way as you are suggested. And there are things where you can do like customizations where you know you can show like high level. If I only wanted to show the trade specific, it can show you the breakdown of the different trades. At the same time, you can also show them like each items with its actual trades to help you actually if you wanted to get like very specific on the items you wanted to show to your customers. And if there's additional things you wanted to add, so for here, I believe there's signatures, but you can always go in there if you don't like the signatures, and I can just simply like remove that, and then that will just reflects in your proposal and will get deleted right away. So here is the way where you can take it from the next step, where you can either export it or you can directly generate the proposal. And let's check out where the thing is. Okay, so the task says it needs my inputs. So where this is actually, you see like the AI agent is actually going through all the different pages with where it is to show you like, okay, so these are the things I wanted to check out and then whether this is actually there. So when you go in there to check for the AI results, these are all the electrical items are actually on the drawing sets. By browsing through this, you will see like the full list of all the things are in there. And if you are thinking, okay, so this list is correct from all the pages, the references is asking me to do, I think then yeah, these are showing up in all the different like drawings on multiple pages. I can add all these items all at once to our system. You see everything here is going to be added to your system from the AI, and then you don't have to do any of that. And then you just move on to the next stage to export the proposal or the Excel sheet. So this way can quickly show you like how easy that is. And we're gonna release another version of this by the end of the month. Two weeks from now actually, so that you can actually see for this thing much easier in the chat version for other clients, not only just for the subcontractors. Okay, so with that said, I think that's most of the stuff I wanted to cover. There is additional features we have in the bids, but with the time we have today, I think I'm just gonna put a wrap. And thank you.
Amazing, amazing. We actually received a question in chat. I'll just read it out loud. From JC. We want to understand if the drawing's low quality, does the symbol detection hallucinate the false positives, or can we train it on custom symbol in real time?
Yeah, so with this features, this is I see Junja actually had a response real quick for that. It's actually trying to the thing we're trying to do here is we're trying to capture as much as you have on the drawing sets, and then you can eliminate the ones that is less relevant. It's like better to count for more than less so that you can actually have more options when you're doing the examinations. Because if the AI didn't detect it, it's hard for you to really just spot it again on the drawing sets. So that is what we're trying to do. And ultimately, we're handling the trainings on our end, so you don't have to worry about training this on your own. Where this is keep improving, even in the low raster images, it will do. Cool. Uh, and some other like key questions I always receive when I was like talking to customer is actually their understanding about how they actually handle their some of their actual kind of a knowledge into the system. I would say like to be component is like I know a lot of the data are housing in the existing Excel, and then a lot of the formulas are already baked in there. So when you are actually uploading this into the database, sometime if the AI is not capturing all the knowledge, we also have our integration engineers, whereas he is going to help you to actually onboarding all the data into the system as well as all the knowledge you have, so you can actually pass it along across your entire organization rather than a static Excel where every time you make some adjustment, there has to be a new version created. So the version control becomes a nightmare, and also you don't know which one to refer at. And then we've received some documents is like 35 years old of Excel, and then it's like all over the place, like the data. It's just so hard for the new people to really understand. But whereas in Quotr's system, everything is very intuitive and then structured, so the newcomers doesn't have to spend a lot of time understanding your Excel because everything is being pre-organized for you with the your organization knowledge already built in.
Amazing. Now the floor is open, so feel free to raise any questions if you have in the chat, or just unmute yourself.
Uh, Hi, Hanyang. My name's Jacob. Um, Thanks for the presentation, but I just had a quick question. So I'm actually a real estate agent here in the Bay Area,
Yep.
and a lot of times I do work with clients and investors, and I could see this being a great tool for, some of my investor clients that are looking at like kind of like a fix and flip, but I was just curious for if I had clients that were looking at like plots of land and they were looking at like a new land development opportunity. Is
Mhm.
there anything that Quotr has, like something with the tool or something for them to get like a good idea of what they can do with that land?
Yeah, thank you for that question. So, although that is something I didn't really plan to work on, but this is a great way. Thank you, Jacob, for the question. You see, like when you go to our website, what you guys were seeing was the software behind the scene, like how we actually get to those hard costs. But on the kind of developer, but you can also use it as a contractor or like a flipper, where you can go to like a different portal, where we can actually help you not only with the hard costs, but we can also help you to understand, how much this project can actually earn, and then what is the land value of this project, and what is the similar project is going to cost in a similar regions. So by doing that, you actually wanted to hit on the performa, and you can start to ask about the project's information. So where you can simply just input any information you already have. Let's say like I put where I live into the system, San Francis Place, San Francisco, and give me a understanding of the site. And if you don't know how to use it, just ask, how do I use this? Understanding of the property. So here is actually reading the thing. I always ask for like additional questions to help the AI really process. And behind the scene, there's also our underwriter is working with the AI to make sure like all the assumptions are correct and all the data are collected correctly. So when you receive this pro forma, when you wanted to ask for money for this land, specific land, or to see whether this is worth it to actually invest, this is the information you still wanted to help with the AI and our underwriter to understand.
So
Uh,
this is so this is something separate, so it's not like a tool that I'm using. This is being sent
it's
to you
more
guys, right?
Yeah, so this one is more like a service where you can just submit some simple questions and we will get back to you in 1 or 3 days, depends on project scope. So here, you see it's gonna say, okay, so this has been created. The next step, your performa is being queued, and then you're gonna find that under this performa chapters where you see like different projects are actually in the queue. So once I finish it, you will see something like this in the similar to cost estimation. You will see finish, and you can directly actually download the PDFs or stuff from here. So that's kind of how that service looks. But at the same time, if our underwriter is having some problems, he's always going to be reaching out for questions. And you can also sign up for this very easily on the Quotr website under the developer side. Hope that answers your question, Jacob.
Yeah, thank you, Hanyang. I appreciate that.
Yeah. Okay. I don't see any other questions. So I guess we can end it here. Thank you everybody for being here. And then hopefully what I just showed you guys were informative and then help you guys with anything you guys are currently doing.